Guys, Amber from the Vault here, back with another Fallout 4 player home that turned out to be a settlement mod. So you guys have already seen me go around the oil rig, you've already seen me introduce this one. Now let's go ahead and check out the build that I did here. So again, as always, I've been mentioning this in front of some of these videos now. The reason I am not doing the settlement and the review at the same time, it's just too much work. These settlements take me so long to make. I want to go ahead and give you guys the best videos I can, and I don't want to put together settlements shoddily. I want to make sure that I'm putting out a settlement tour that is actually kind of fun, might give you guys ideas, because I know I definitely look at other people's settlements for ideas. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to show you what I did. If you haven't seen the video where I actually tour the oil rig before that I build on it, if you want to see that, go ahead and check that out. I'll link that in the description. Otherwise, guys, let's go ahead and check out our new and improved oil rig. Alright guys, let's go ahead and begin the tour of the oil rig home. Now the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you what I did down here, and then we'll go ahead and go up, and then we'll go to the other section. You'll see why when we get into it. So when we first start here, this area, of course, before was all just water. What I did is I went ahead and placed, I'm not sure if you can see it here, I placed some foundationals here. Now they look from above the surface as if they go all the way down. Of course, I think you all know, if you are a Fallout player, this is only that short. So, there we are now. So, here we go. That's going to be the end there. So, that's what it looks like. It looks like it goes all down to the bottom. And for me, that's what it's all about. I just want it to look cool. So, this is going to be my farming area. Now, I don't have any settlers living here. And the reason why is I didn't want to deal with them. But you can put settlers here. You can use the USO settler beacon. Or you can just go ahead and call settlers here. You can do either one. I went ahead and just didn't put anything here because I don't like settlers in the way when I'm trying to build, and this is one of the few places I could build without settlers, and it was actually pretty awesome. So just a little bit of a farm kind of setup here, lots and lots of different vegetables and all fun stuff. I even have some fungus, and then I have these tables, which if you watched my video on the workshop decorations package, I can't remember exactly what it's called, that mod, that's what these come from. You'll see a little bit of that in here. I've been playing with that a lot here. In fact, you might even recognize some of this from that video. So let's go ahead and go down. So we would go down this boardwalk if we wanted to continue on to the next area. And then continuing down there, we're going to go ahead and see a couple of scavenging areas. Now, this is one of those builds that I spent probably, this is a few days on this one. This isn't a huge build. This isn't one that has a ton of detail put into it. I definitely have other builds that are much longer and I've put much more detail into. This one was just a little bit more fun. I just kind of did it, for fun. So if you're looking for a super detailed build, I would say this one is a little bit less on the detailed side. So you can see down there, just that's what it looks like in that little area where we have the farm. We're going to go ahead and continue up. If you guys remember from the original video, if you watched it, there is an area up here with a player home. This is actually supposed to be a player home. I did not change this area at all. I went ahead and left it. The reason why is I had some trouble deleting some of the things in here, and because of that I ended up deleting the structure on accident. So I decided, you know what, it's fine, we're gonna leave it. So that one was left the way it was originally drawn. But this one, originally modded. But this one up here, let's go ahead and go up here. Things have changed on this level. Now what I did is I customized this a little bit more to how I use my workshop area. So I did move that workshop to move this over here. It was originally over on that side. And then I put all of the different workshop things that I often need but don't kind of use that much. You can see I have a lot of different things. Now one thing I'm going to point out real quick on this one is this is not a settlement where I built stores. Ordinarily you will see stores on every single one of my settlements. The reason why I had a little bit of glitchy problems with trying to build stores on here, I have a feeling that's because this really isn't designed to be a settlement. It is originally modded to be a player home. So I had some issues with that, so I went ahead and left it off and decided that this would just be a farming settlement. So up here I threw just a little bit of, defense up here. It just looks good basically on your scores up top. That's the only reason I really put defense. I really doubt anyone's going to try to attack us all the way out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run right down, and then we're going to go down to the part of the build that I'm really the most proud of and that I spent almost all of my time on, the part that meant the most to me. Now I did just build a giant, wrong way, a giant floating platform on here, as you guys saw on the other side, again using that foundation to make it look like it's going into the water. I did that on both sides, and we'll go ahead and we're actually just going to jump off the side here. And we're going to approach it here. So this is going to be the side that I spent most of my time on. Now obviously this isn't going to be as interesting as some of my other settlements I've built where I actually have land to work with. This one's just a little bit of working with literally a floating barge. So it's kind of a barge style settlement. But I put another, group of those workshop items down here just because it's kind of a pain in the butt to have to go all the way to the top. So I want to be able to get to those kind of a little bit more easier here. So I went ahead and put this stuff here. Sorry about the cut, guys. My phone just randomly started talking at me, so we're going to go ahead and keep going on. I used that workshop decorations mod, again, from that other video to put all of this stuff in here. I didn't actually hand place all of this or use OCD decorator. It'd be far too complicated. So this was actually really nice to have this. I was able to do kind of a quicker settlement build that way. Ordinarily, if I had to fill all these shelves in myself, this would have taken me weeks to do rather than just a few days. And of course, I've never been able to successfully get those books on the shelf, so I love that that was an option. So you have kind of a little rest area here, as well as our chessboard. And of course, that's sharing the same side as the workshop, or the other side of the workshop, excuse me. Then I have my gym over here. I had a large enough area to finally put a boxing ring, which makes me very excited. I could actually put one in here. And then of course, I just have my regular gym items. We have our bar, we have the treadmill, the bikes, and then over here, that pommel horse. And then this is the part I'm really excited about, guys. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go up here first. We'll go up to the cafe first. So I lied. We won't go to my favorite part first. Let's go ahead and just check out real quick. I did a little bit of decorating on the outside. You guys know how much I like putting signs everywhere. Now again, because I don't have shops, I don't actually have a physical store in here. I can't purchase anything, but I do have a stove that you can actually cook on. You can use this to create, different beverages, all the things that you can create in-game. And that's going to be right there, but it kind of fits in with the surrounding decor. I had just a little bit of fun with this. This is another item that comes with that decorator package, as are these, excuse me. So I added all of those in, as are the bar back here, the liquors. I found that really helpful when I was trying to make a quick settlement. It really did make the difference. If you saw that other video, you recognize what those are about. And this is going to be the shower house. So normally I try to build some type of shower and bathroom into each individual homestead. On this one, I just didn't have enough room, so I decided to go ahead and just build one giant sort of like camping style, or dorm style, I guess. And I hate placing the doors on those just because it doesn't work with the glitch rug. And if you haven't noticed, we are on a floating barge. So anytime I tried to use the glitch on this one with the rug or the column, it doesn't work. This is not going to be an area you can do that because all it does is end up picking up the entire barge. And then I fall into the water. So we'll go ahead. You know what? Actually, let's start down with A. I have the pods here. This is where where my different settlers can live. So I built each individual room kind of with a little pod of its own. So this is pod A. And each one has a little bit of a theme. I wouldn't say it's real strong on most of them, but I did try to put a little bit of a theme into them, kind of use the same types of items. Then we'll go ahead and go down to B. And again, a lot of this is going to come out of OCD Decorator or using that Workshop Decorations. Things like this came out of that Workshop Decorations. Absolutely fantastic mod. I super suggest it for anyone. If you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it in the description. It's definitely one that I really enjoy. And of course, OCD Decorator, as usual, always using that. I like how Mac just somehow sits down in every single one of these I'm trying to do tours of. So that is pod B. Let's go ahead and go into pod D. Wait. No, not D. That was pod C. I'm sorry. Let's go into pod D. I can speak English. I do know words. Sorry. So again, being able to use some of those items just really made it quickly. This item here, this item here. We have the clothing rack. All of that comes from that Workshop Decorator items. fantastic, works really well. OCD decorator, still fantastic. One of my favorite things to use. It really makes designing a settlement that looks cool, fast, and easy. And in this case, that was my goal, was to make this very quick and easy, so I could, you know, kind of put something together, show it to you guys, show you what my thoughts were on how this barge could be used. Obviously, you could spend far more time building here. Originally, this wasn't even my original idea. My original idea was actually to put this kind of whole area and do individual little houses and connect them by floating planks. I found out that that was really complicated, really fast. Definitely something you could do. It would be super cool, but as I've mentioned in other videos, guys, I got to get these out kind of quick, so I don't really have the option to sit and do, you know, 3-month builds like some of my builds are. And I don't know if it's gone up yet or not. I'm not sure what order I put these videos up in, but if I haven't already, I do have a build that will go up that I spent about 3 months on, or I have a build that I already spent 3 months on. Like I said, I'm not sure. Sometimes I record these and I'm not sure what order I actually put them up in. So another little pod here. Now this one has a double room. There are 2 double rooms, one on top and one on the bottom. The reason I had to do those is just because it didn't fit quite well here. So we can see here is the second double room. Using a lot of that workshop decorations package just works out fantastic, especially when you're trying to do fast builds. That's the only reason I could build this one so quickly compared to how large the actual settlement is and how many beds I have, that type of thing. How much room personalization was even put into this. I would never be able to do it without that workshop, that decorations workshop package. So let's go ahead and go up here. Definitely a mod I'm talking a lot about now, so I hope you guys understand why. And this is going to be our last little room, our last little pod. So again, this was a really, really quick build, guys. I'm not going to say that this was the most fantastic build I've ever done, but it was definitely one that was really fun to do. I really enjoyed making it. I enjoyed the idea of the oil rig platform. I liked the idea that it was a player home in the beginning, but I really like the idea of using it as a settlement. It does connect to your other settlements. You can link it. It's a fantastic little place to build if you're looking for something that's kind of different or a challenge. You know, absolutely. I think that this is a good challenge for anyone who's interested in kind of finding something new to try to build on. You know, personally, this was something I really enjoyed. It was a challenge that I enjoyed, and I had a lot of fun. So as far as a download it or don't, you know, I said this in the original mod review, definitely download it if you want to build here. I would say download it. Also, show me what you guys build. You know, I'd rather see other people's more creative versions, especially if you have more time to build on it. Show us what you make. Absolutely. Always do tours of your settlements, guys. I always tell people I want to see what other people's settlements look like. I think that one of the cool things about settlement videos is that you just get so many ideas looking at someone else's settlement and kind of watching their process and seeing what their brain thought. You know, there was somebody who posted on Twitter a long time ago about building greenhouses, and I had never thought of that before in areas where you weren't able to do a lot of farming. I had never thought about building a greenhouse, so I definitely think it's cool if we all kind of share what our settlements are, and I really do appreciate any input you guys have. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Oh, by the way, before I do, that cat's name is Greasy, and I just love that. I don't know why. I love it. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me, helps other people find these videos, and it really is a motivation to keep going forward. And as I say in a lot of these videos, guys, it really, really does tell me what you guys like to watch, and that means a lot to me because I try my best to kind of put up what I think you guys really want to see and what you guys are interested in seeing. So I will see you guys in the next one. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the picture of my big dumb face that should or already has appeared on your screen. Click that, it'll subscribe you to the channel. Otherwise, guys, you can also click the video that's sitting there. That should be something that YouTube thinks you like based on the things that you've been looking at, and also a playlist of all of my Fallout 4 videos. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. I really do appreciate you being here. See you then.